calling all sci-fi fans. Prime Video is stacked with a treasure trove of futuristic adventures, mind-bending stories, and a few, well, let's just say questionable choices. From timeless classics like The Terminator and Highlander, to gripping tales like Children of Men, Escape from New York, and Pandorum, there's plenty to explore. But here's the twist. Buried in this collection are some hidden gems you might have overlooked. 20 twisted, thrilling sci-fi flicks that are 100% worth your time. And I'm not starting with a movie. My first pick is a brand new sci-fi series on Prime that's got everyone talking. So buckle up, because this is going to be one wild ride through the best of Prime Video's sci-fi lineup. Let's jump in. Number 1. Secret Level. New. Prime Video Original. All right, folks, here's a show you absolutely need to check out. Secret Level. Created by Tim Miller. Yes, the guy behind the first Deadpool. This anthology series brings gaming to life like never before. If you loved Love, Death, and Robots, you'll find a lot to admire here, but Secret Level has its own unique flavor. Here's the breakdown. The series kicks off with Episode 1, inspired by the legendary Dungeons & Dragons. It's a fresh take on a timeless classic. Then there's Episode 3, centered on Pac-Man. It's bizarre, quirky, and yet so cinematic, you won't be able to look away. Episode 4, based on Unreal Tournament, is pure action-packed madness. If you're into fast-paced gaming chaos, this one's for you. And let's talk about Episode 8, an absolute standout. It's inspired by Armored Core and features a CG Keanu Reeves so realistic, you'll forget he's animated. His performance? Mind-blowing. With a total of 15 episodes, each varying in length, there's something for everyone. While some episodes are surprisingly lighthearted, the visuals across the series are consistently jaw-dropping. Whether you're a gamer, a sci-fi junkie, or just someone who loves stunning animation, Secret Level is your next binge. Start wherever you like, but trust me, Episode 8 is a must-watch. Which episode are you diving into first? Let us know in the comments below. Number 2. Special. Prime. Tubi. Kicking off my movie recommendations is a truly unique pick that might surprise you. Coming in at number 2, this indie flick stars none other than Michael Rappaport in a rare leading role. The story? He plays a man who starts believing he has superpowers, though it's actually an experimental drug messing with his head. Now, we've all seen movies about vigilantes donning superhero costumes, right? Some are iconic, like Kick-Ass, and others, like James Gunn's Super, bring a darker, edgier vibe to the genre. But this film takes a more grounded, offbeat approach. It's a micro-budget production, and while it shows its age and limited resources, it still packs a punch thanks to Rappaport's standout performance. He's known for playing memorable side characters, but here he takes center stage, delivering a nuanced and compelling portrayal. Sure, the visuals might not scream blockbuster, but if you can look past the rough edges, you'll find a fascinating addition to the niche world of indie superhero films. So, if you're into quirky, under-the-radar gems, give this one a shot. It's proof that even the smallest films can leave a big impression. Number 3. Await further instructions. Prime. Tubi. If you're into creepy, weird, and downright unsettling movies, Await Further Instructions should be on your radar. It's not your typical Christmas horror flick, but it's twisted enough to qualify as a holiday gem. Here's the deal. The entire story unfolds in one small flat, where a family has gathered to celebrate Christmas. It's already tight quarters, and things take a turn for the bizarre when they find themselves suddenly trapped inside. No escape. Then, out of nowhere, a cryptic message appears on their TV screen. Await further instructions. What starts as a simple and suspenseful setup spirals into a full-blown nightmare. The family dynamics go haywire, tensions boil over, and the drama escalates into something insanely dark. This isn't your cozy, festive holiday film. There's not a ton of Christmas cheer here, but if you love bizarre, intense psychological horror, this movie delivers in spades. It's weird, twisted, and a little disturbing. A perfect pick for fans of unconventional holiday scares. So, ready to add a little darkness to your Christmas watch list? Await Further Instructions might just be the strange, spine-chilling treat you didn't know you needed. Number 4. Timer. Prime. Tubi. All right, hear me out. My next pick is a romantic comedy, but with a sci-fi twist that makes it way more intriguing than your average rom-com. The movie's called Timer. and it's as sweet as it is thought-provoking. Here's the deal. In this world, you can get a device called a timer that literally counts down to the exact moment you'll meet your soulmate. Wild, right? The concept itself hooks you instantly, and the film does a great job exploring all the possibilities, complications, and emotional highs and lows that come with such a device. Now, don't let its low budget fool you. This movie has charm in spades. It's funny, heartfelt, and full of quirky moments that make it stand out from your typical Netflix-style rom-com. It's got a simplicity that works in its favor, delivering laughs and sweet moments without feeling overdone. What's most surprising? How much depth it packs into such a lighthearted premise. It's a clever take on love, fate, and timing. Literally, if you're into unique love stories that don't break the bank on CGI but still deliver big on feels, Timer is your next watch. Give it a go and let me know. Would you get a timer, or is the mystery of love half the fun? Number 5. Death Race 2000, Prime, Tubi, Freevee. All right, folks, here's one for the wild movie lovers. Death Race 2000. It's a bona fide cult classic, and I'm here to convince those who might have skipped it to give it a shot. This flick is equal parts chaotic, bizarre, and downright entertaining. Here's the setup. Imagine a deadly cross-country race where drivers don't just compete to win, but rack up points by taking out other racers, and even pedestrians. Yep, you heard that right. Pedestrians are fair game in this dystopian vehicular warfare. The cast is a big draw too. You've got David Carradine as the ultimate anti-hero, the lead bad guy you can't take your eyes off. And guess what? Sylvester Stallone shows up too. While he's not the main star, his character has enough screen time to make an impression. Think of it as a Stallone gem from his early days. Here's the kicker. This isn't the only movie where hitting pedestrians is part of the game. Yeah, that's a thing. But Death Race 2000 takes it to another level with its absurd yet gripping concept. It's outrageous, it's fun, and yes, it's a little messed up, but that's part of its charm. So, if you're into offbeat, high-octane madness with a satirical edge, Death Race 2000 is your next must-watch. Trust me, it's a ride you won't forget. Buckle up and hit play. Number 6. The Island of Dr Moro, Prime, Tubi, a wild double feature. You didn't know you needed. All right, here's one for the books. Literally. I'm talking about The Island of Dr Moro. Now, let me start by saying this is famously a bad movie, and honestly, that's the whole reason I'm recommending it. Based on the classic novel, this adaptation didn't just miss the mark, it obliterated it, and apparently that was intentional. Here's the deal. The movie stars legends like Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando, but their performances are part of what makes this version so hilariously disastrous. It's chaotic, it's messy, and it's unforgettable for all the wrong reasons. But wait, the real gem here isn't just the movie, it's the story behind it. There's a documentary called Lost Soul, The Doomed Journey of Richard Stanley's Island of Dr Moreau, and trust me, it's a must-watch. This behind-the-scenes look at the disaster that was this movie's production is just as wild as the film itself, if not more so. Here's my recommendation. Make it a double feature. Start with the documentary. It does have some spoilers, but knowing the chaos behind the scenes makes watching the movie so much better. You'll laugh, you'll cringe, and you'll appreciate the sheer absurdity of it all. If you're a movie nerd like me, the documentary alone is a fascinating watch. And when you pair it with the movie, it's an experience you won't forget. So grab your popcorn and dive into this train wreck of cinematic history. You're welcome. Number 7. Young Ones, Prime, Peacock, Tubi, Crackle. Here's one for those who like their sci-fi a little offbeat and grounded. A post-apocalyptic gem featuring Michael Shannon, Nicholas Hoult, and Elle Fanning. Sounds like a blockbuster lineup, right? But hold on, this isn't your typical big-budget sci-fi extravaganza. Instead, it's a small indie flick with a unique aesthetic that leans more towards a Dust Bowl vibe than a futuristic spectacle. While the movie doesn't rely heavily on special effects, it brings its world to life through some truly impressive cinematography. Think sprawling, barren landscapes with a touch of robotics sprinkled in. Not enough to call it a tech-heavy movie, but just enough to give it a subtle sci-fi edge. At its core, the film is a love story, one of those star-crossed tales that feels familiar yet engaging. The narrative doesn't break new ground, but the performances elevate it. Shannon, Hoult, and Fanning deliver solid, heartfelt portrayals that make the story resonate. If you're looking for something visually striking with a mix of grit, heart, and a sprinkle of sci-fi, this one's worth a watch. Just don't go in expecting mind-blowing effects. This film shines in its simplicity and storytelling. Give it a try and see how a quiet, indie approach can still leave an impact. From game-inspired anthologies that redefine storytelling to a dusty, post-apocalyptic love story with a touch of robotics, these films prove that sci-fi isn't just about flashy effects, it's about creativity, heart, and pushing boundaries. So, whether you're diving into the mind-blowing worlds of Secret Level or soaking in the raw beauty of an indie sci-fi romance, one thing's for sure, these movies will leave you thinking, feeling, and craving more. What are you waiting for? Add them to your watch list, grab some snacks, and get ready to escape into the extraordinary. And remember, in the world of sci-fi, the possibilities are infinite. See you on the other side of the screen.